screen share.
Okay, folks, we might have some technical difficulties here. So we will, John Snowball is on the line, but can't come through on the microphone. So we'll go and turn our attention to the community update presentation by the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System. And we'll turn it over to Angie, Laura, and Emily. Ladies?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for joining us here for our community update and the live stream presentation. This is the Winnebago Public Health Department and then 12 Claims Unity Hospital update. Mona's on out today, so I'll be doing the presentation. So for the current statistics for Winnebago and Nebraska. In Nebraska, there's a total of 290,477 tests that have been completed. Of those, 262,692 have been negative. That leaves 27,489 that are positive, with 335 deaths in the state. With Winnebago, for individuals living in Winnebago, there's been 575 tests that have been completed. 484 have been negative. 93 have been positive. We have 86 that have been recovered. And there have been 3 deaths, and there are no pending tests currently. And then for non-Winnebago residents or individuals that tested that live outside Winnebago, there's 491 tests that have been completed. 409 have been negative. There's been 81 positive, and there's only 1 pending. So just kind of want to touch base for, I know a lot of people it's getting nice out and it's nice outside and everyone's wanting to get things done for school and things like that. But I just wanted to kind of go over a couple of things that everyone should be doing if they are deciding to go out and spend time with friends or anything like that. So in general, the more closely you interact with somebody and the longer you have the interactions, the higher chance that you're going to be exposed to COVID-19. So it's important that if you do decide to go out or engage in any public activities or social activities, that you do continue to protect yourself and practice the non-pharmaceutical interventions. So the social distancing, that physical distance of 6 feet or more, wearing a mask, frequent hand washing or hand hygiene. So either with soap and water or with 60% alcohol based sanitizer. And you should be doing those with every washing your hands anytime that you touch a high touch surface area or anything like that. It's important to keep all these items on hand when you're going out, just in case there is an unexpected stop you have it with you, so then you can help prevent any exposure to you or your family. But those would include a mask, facial tissues, hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol, and if that's possible. And then ways to make any activities that you do participate in safer. Again, make sure you do maintain that 6 feet physical distance, that space between you and anybody else. COVID can, as it's all been out there, COVID can spread if there's a prolonged interaction with individuals that are less than 6 feet. If hopefully in any events that you're having, if they could be in an outdoor space or in a well-ventilated space, just be mindful of that. If you're in an indoor space that's not well ventilated, or it's harder to keep that physical distance, you could have a higher risk of exposure. Make sure that you or other individuals that you're around are wearing a mask. Interactions without wearing masks can increase your risk as well. So that's kind of all that we have for the updates with that. Now Laura will go into the COVID testing at 12 Cranes Unity Hospital.
All right, thanks, Angie. Good afternoon, everybody. Wait for the slide to come up. Okay, we've gone through these slides a few times, but there's always a few little updates. But COVID testing at 12 Cranes Unity Hospital, it is available, and anybody can be tested. You don't have to be symptomatic to be tested. All testing is done by appointment only. To schedule an appointment, call the outpatient clinic at 402-878-3404. The lab collection will be done outdoors when possible through the outdoor drive-up testing area, and that's been working pretty well. COVID-19 drive-through testing appointments are available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. The outside drive-through lab appointments will take place near the east side of the building, and there's a tent out there that you'll see across from the emergency room. The COVID-19 test shows if you currently have COVID-19. If you have been exposed, the time period known as the incubation period for contracting the coronavirus is around 5 to 7 days, but can be up to 14 days. Testing too early after exposure can result in a false negative test. We can currently accommodate about 20 people. We've been doing a few more. I think we've done up to 27 in one day. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes for each appointment. Testing is open to both asymptomatic, so that's people that have no symptoms, and symptomatic patients. You do not need to have symptoms to be tested. Patients are notified of test results by phone as soon as possible. Current turnaround time depends on the type of test utilized. Reference lab turnaround time is 2 to 4 days, and those are the tests that we send out. We've been mainly doing the rapid test, which is up to 24 hours, because when we do a lot of them at one time, we need a little time to run the tests. And it really depends on the amount of tests that we've done that day. Please inform the outpatient clinic if you have not received your results, and you can call that same number that we talked about before. It is possible to test negative for COVID-19 and then later test positive. This may happen if you are exposed to COVID-19 after the test, or if you are tested too soon after an exposure. Because of this, it is important that even when you test negative, you should continue to take steps to protect yourself and others. And I just wanted to go over again and review some of our current processes. And with the resuming of outpatient clinic opening, these are just some things that we wanted people to be aware of. There's not a lot of new things, but there's a few updates. Patients and visitors should continue to enter the east entrance of the hospital by the ED. Staff will continue to use the main entrance of the hospital. Employees and visitors and staff are currently screened at the door. Your temperature will be taken, and we're using infrared technology right now. You will be asked questions about your symptoms. You may be asked to sit in a certain area while you wait for your appointment, because we're trying to make sure that people are physically and social distancing. We allow one visitor with each patient. The person accompanying a patient needs to be 19 years of older and should not be experiencing any signs and symptoms and not be COVID positive or have been exposed to someone who is COVID positive. If there is more than one visitor with a patient, You may be asked to wait outside. The goal is to limit the number of people in the building. Everyone over 2 years old is required to wear a mask at all times in the hospital. Staff will be wearing eye protection and a face mask. Some staff remain on telework and others are being asked to return to work in order to continue to resume operations. You will see extra measures being put in place to ensure your safety. Arranging lobby areas to promote physical distancing, enhanced cleaning measures in our waiting areas and exam rooms, UV light systems for sanitation, and many more. The emergency department is always open for emergencies. If you are not experiencing an emergency, you can call the outpatient department for an appointment. That's really all we have today. So thank you, everybody, and have a great week.
All right. Thank you very much, Laura and Angie. At this time, we are going to turn our attention to the updates from the CEO. The CEO is unavailable at this time, so just real quick on some of the things that we wanted to present to the people. Tribal enrollment, don't forget, folks, those that are watching, and if you can help us pass the word, that tribal enrollment is for appointment only. And if you need to make an appointment, you go to the Winnebago Tribe's website and find their information. Just click on the tribal enrollment tab, and then you'll see that they have their phone number listed, their fax number, also an email. So enrollment at Winnebago Tribe. If you have any questions, but they are allowing only one person maximum allowed in the office at one time and no children. So once again, please, tribal members, if you're inquiring and would like to go over there to the enrollment, please make an appointment first and then get on their schedule, and then they can see you and ask their questions. But a lot of information is on the website. Maybe the form that you're looking for will just be easily accessed onto the website itself. Also, we want to turn your attention to the COVID information tab on the Winnebago Tribe. They have the utility assistance. So if you need to grab that, a lot of people are inquiring on how their application is being processed, and so they're still processing a lot of the applications. So we appreciate your patience. The Small Business Grant Program, the rules and regulations as well as the form is located on that COVID info tab, and then the CARES Act Chromebook application is also on that. For those that are have received the utility assistance and reside in Winnebago, the Chromebook application will close tomorrow. And if you haven't picked up your Chromebook, make sure you do that before tomorrow close of business. That's all the updates that we have from the Winnebago Tribes. And now we'll turn our attention over to the Winnebago Public School, Dan FEHRINGER. Dan. Oh, sorry, Dan, you're muted. There you
Sorry.
go. You're fine.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for making graduation a success last Saturday. All those involved in getting it set up, the sound system from G&L, the pictures, that all was great. We appreciate the parents and all in attendance. They all followed the practice and practiced health safety measures throughout the whole ceremony. It went really well, and it was a good closure for the kids and for us as a school district to move on to next year. So it all went well. The school board approved the 2020-21 calendar. School will start for students on Tuesday, September 8th. A back to school safety video will be released tomorrow morning, showing many of the safety factors and features that will take place for in-person learning. All high school activities will start Monday, August 17th for students attending school in person. Physicals are required for all incoming kindergarten students, incoming 7th grade students, any new student coming in from out of state, and any freshmen wishing to participate in athletics. Incoming 8th graders, sophomores, juniors, or seniors who participated last school year are exempt from needing a physical. Any student who did not participate last year and wishes to participate this year must have a physical. The school's return to school plan will be coming out Monday after the board meeting. We're going to share it with the board. We met today with Mona from the Tribal Health Department, Amy Lapointe from Higher Ed, and Pastor Ricky was on, also Deacon Don, to help us establish a plan that what phase we're in and what we'll do when we reach a certain phase, a level of COVID cases in the community. The also after that, orientation plans will be released. We're planning on bringing parents and into the school toward the end of August to and their students to show what's going to happen in the school. But please view the video for some of those that are undecided. It may help make their decision, and we will be moving on. Also, the homebound contracts will be coming out either tomorrow or tomorrow or Monday. So thank you very much. Continue to practice health safety measures.
Thank you, Mr. FEHRINGER, for that update. And just real quick, they mentioned that the rebroadcast of the graduation can be located where?
That's a good question. I will find that out. I know Mr. James takes care of all that in Austin.
Okay. So maybe on the Winnebago Public Schools social media, the YouTube and the
Yep.
Facebook, they can find.
Yes.
It
Yes,
was
it
streamed
should be
live.
able to.
So
I believe it's on the YouTube page. I'm sorry. I don't have that information right in front of me, but I believe it's on the YouTube page.
and it was a beautiful ceremony. Great speeches by the valedictorian and salutatorian and everybody that was involved. So thank you again, Mr. FEHRINGER. Now we're going to turn our attention to a gentleman that just got done with graduation last week as well. That's President Patil from Little Priest Tribal College. And he is having technical difficulties with his camera, but he is on the phone. So, President, we'll turn it over to you.
Good afternoon, Garen, and everybody else. Apologies for the technical difficulty with the camera. As Garen mentioned, last Friday, we had our first and hopefully the last virtual commencement ceremony. It was surreal. It was an awesome feeling to see our graduates celebrate their hard work, their dedication, and their success. Special thanks to Janelle Smith for her inspirational speech and motivation to our graduates. Special thanks to Board of Trustees, employees, faculty and staff, and students of Little Priest Tribal College for being there for everybody, to be a part of our Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska. On to fall 2020 semester. The classes start August 24th. It's completely online. So I have a few requests to the community and to the students. The first request is, if you're planning to take one or more classes at the college this semester, please register ASAP. Do not wait till the last minute, because we'll have multiple orientations planned, and we want to make sure that all the students have login access, know where to find the information, and have their textbooks and their laptops all in sync before this class starts. We do not want students to struggle with having no materials in the first 2 weeks of the semester. We are here to serve you. So in case you cannot get hold of somebody, please make sure to leave a voicemail or follow up with an email. We are going far beyond our ability to make sure that we serve our community and our students well, especially during this pandemic. If you're having any issues, internet issues, technology issues that is causing you guys not to sign up for the classes, please contact my office directly. We will work with you, try to help you guys as much as possible. Couple more things. The college is closed for visitors and family members of employees. If you want to enter the campus to meet a faculty or an employee, please make sure when you enter the campus to get your temperature screened. We want all employees to be safe. We want all our guests to be safe. Once you're in the parking lot, please call the employee you're looking for. They will come to the parking lot and assist you. Once you enter the campus, at all times, you must be wearing a mask. If you don't have a mask, one will be provided as you enter the campus. We also want to make sure that the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska community members visit our website and look for all the updates. Our Facebook page, our for any updates, we'll be putting it on both locations. We also have multiple job openings, so we request the community members to have a look at it and please apply accordingly. If you have any questions about Little Priest Tribal College, academics, or any questions, again, I want to make sure that you please contact me or my office or anyone at the college so that we can help you immediately. Again, I want to thank the Tribal Council for the leadership, Winnebago Comprehensive Health System for taking care of the community, and thank you to Little Priest Tribal College employees for working diligently to take care of the students. Stay safe and have a good weekend.
Thank you, President. And same question to you, President. Where can they find the rebroadcast of the graduation ceremony?
We have posted on YouTube as Graduation 2020. We'll also be posting on our Facebook page and on our website pretty soon with all the pictures as well. And of course, Garen, thank you for taking awesome pictures for graduation. We'll be posting all those things on the website.
All right. Thank you, President, and we hope to see your camera fixed. Next, we'd like to turn our attention to Mayan BELTRAN of Winnevegas Casino and Resort, the General Manager. Mayan, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everybody from Winnevegas Casino Resort. Just an update, if you already didn't know, we opened our Phase 2 on July 19th, where we went 24 hours on the weekends. We open at 8 a.m. and close at 2 a.m. every other day of the week. We also open table games and open all slot machines, table games, bingo, seats available to everybody. We still require masks, temperature checks when you enter, and we have hand sanitizer and sanitizing wipes all throughout the casino. We did also allow entry and exit at each entry door, so all 3 doors that are open, and the hotel added an extra day. So now the hotel operations are open from Wednesday until Sunday afternoon when everybody checks out from Saturday night. We did make some changes to our restaurant, the Flowers Island, that they are now currently open from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Wednesday through the weekend, except they open a little bit earlier on Saturday, Sunday, and we do have a bunch of specials going on that are being well attended. So business is picking up every week. We have had no positive cases here at Winnevegas for quite a while. With anybody coming in, if they've been over 100 degrees, we do a secondary check. And if they're still over 100 degrees, we don't allow them to come in, whether that's a guest or an employee, and we refer them to their local health care provider. I think that's pretty much all we have to report. Oh, except for we did order thermal cameras instead of the little handheld thermometers that we've been using. I believe a few of them actually show up tomorrow, but we will have thermal cameras at every entrance for the guests and for our employees to make it faster and easier to recognize if they're 100 degrees or more prior to allowing them to enter the facility. That's all we have to talk about today from Winnebago Casino Resort. We hope to see you soon, and thank you very much.
Great update there, Mayan. Appreciate that, and good to see you. So we will turn our attention to Sam Burrish is out of the office today. Allie Carson from HCI will do the update. Allie.
Yes, thank you very much for having me this afternoon. I have a few brief updates from Ho Chunk Inc. Throughout the past few months, we have continued hiring. A list of current openings is posted each week on our Facebook page for Ho Chunk Inc. Careers. One new listing this week is that All Native Solutions in Winnebago is hiring a warehouse delivery representative. We also have multiple part-time positions through our ambassadors program. This is an opportunity to gain hands-on work experience, learn new skills for personal and professional growth, and work a flexible work schedule. Ambassadors must be able to work 40 hours per month, be at least 18 years old, and live on the Winnebago or Omaha reservation. You can find more information about the Ambassadors Program and other job opportunities under the Employment tab on our website at hochunkinc.com or on the Facebook page for Ho Chunk Inc. Careers. We would also like to encourage people to check out the farmers market taking place on Wednesday afternoons at Village Market. That's in the pavilion right behind Dollar General. Each week, local vendors are there selling fresh fruits and vegetables, arts and crafts, including beadwork and some prepared foods. The farmers market is open every Wednesday from 1 to 6 p.m. through October 14. You can find photos and more information on the Facebook page. Just search for Ho Chunk Village Farmers Market. I can drop the links to those pages in the comments below. And those are all the updates I have for today. Thank you so much. And now I will turn it over to Brian Mathers with HCCDC.
Thanks, Allie. In addition to the farmers market events, I wanted to also remind people that Fridays we're still doing the early morning farm to food or farm to family food box distributions, and so that'll be tomorrow. Usually that's set up and ready to go at 8 o'clock. Come down close to that time because they've been going fast. Last week they were all gone in about an hour and 15 minutes, 240 boxes. So it's great stuff. It's free. It's really nutritious, good food for your family, and it's a lot of stuff. We have supplemental food supplies coming tomorrow. In addition to the produce boxes, people will be able to get from HCI from their packages, coffee and soap and water, and there's some other nice products that will supplement the fruits and vegetables in the box. So please come down and pick your food boxes up early tomorrow morning, starting at 8 o'clock. I also just wanted to remind people that even though HCCDC's offices at Woodland Trails are closed outside visitors right now, we do still have staff down there. So you can still call down there anytime if you have questions or need something. If you do need to come down to the building and it's locked, just call our office number. We have people there every day. It's 402-878-2192, and we can let you in if you have an appointment or something and need to see somebody down there. And I also wanted to mention that we can still make the round room available for community meetings. If you have a small group, there might be enough space in there to feel comfortable socially distancing for groups of 8 or 10 people or something like that. So if you're looking for space like that to conduct a meeting, we can make the room available for you down there for that. Just give us a call and we'll get you in there for that. So that's really the only updates I have for today. Thanks for your time and attention.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate the update and all the work that you folks are doing. At this time, we'll turn our attention to the chairman of the Winnebago Pandemic Task Force, John Snowball, I believe is on via phone. John, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, Garen. And thank the rest of you for your updates to the community. And I just wanted to touch on a few things that have been coming up for discussion. You know, some people are concerned. I know that we're going forward with a lot of the quarantine housing. And I wanted to communicate that there's different levels of quarantine housing. There's ones who are actually COVID positive, who don't need to be hospitalized, who are quarantining. And then there's others who are actually displaced, who are COVID negative, and they're under the 14-day quarantine, but they're actually negative. And we're seeing that. So we're trying to create those places that accommodate all those different types of people that are going to need shelter. And I heard some concerns that a few of these areas are near residences and children, and the pandemic task force is taking that into close consideration. And before anything happens, it's going to be closely looked at, and nobody's going to be put in harm's way. We do have Veterans Memorial Park, which is going to be ideal due to its location and not near any current residences. So I just wanted to talk on that a little bit and reassure the tribal membership that moving forward, we're really considering all things. And also, I wanted to give a little update on the buffalo program. We began our harvests. We've got 4 buffalo that we have harvested so far. We're going to do 10 and hope to do more. And we're looking at ways to get them to the community, whether it's through the food boxes on Friday or it's through Atlas. Those conversations are going to be moving forward. And also, I was part of the security subcommittee. I know the CARES Act funds are always a topic for discussion. So I wanted to give a little update on how the budget was developed for the security portion. Me and the chief of police and Cindy Aldridge with EMS, we got together and we developed a budget. Now, the security budget was primarily geared towards employment. We got 15 security guards and created 5 additional positions for a police officer with the PD. Now it's looking like it's as a really smart idea as the Winnebago Police Department has had experienced shortage gaps in coverage due to officers being under the 14-day quarantine. So it's been really crucial that we've placed additional officers there. And we was able to actually get some other equipment for the police department as far as signs and lights that will be really helpful communicating with the public. And if we have to have any kind of events, that we can do it safely. And the police department has all those tools at their disposal. So I just wanted to talk on the security budget just a little bit. And again, it was geared more towards employment, created 20 jobs and supplied equipment and vehicles for those 20 jobs. So, and moving forward, this week, I want to touch on different areas of the CARES Act funds and what the pandemic task force has developed. And I know there's a lot that we haven't shared, and we're looking to get better, and I'll take the blame. But moving forward, I want to take a section of that and communicate it to the membership during these weekly updates. Thank you, Garen.
Thank you for the update. And now we are going to turn our attention to Emily with Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System for some questions brought to you by the viewers that are tuning in. Emily.
Thanks, Garen. So a reminder, you can submit any questions you have for the healthcare officials through the chat features on the Facebook or YouTube live stream, or email them to covid@winnebago.com, and we will try our best to answer them this week and next week. So we will begin with the first question from YouTube. The question was, how many current active cases are there? Angie, can you answer that for Winnebago?
Yeah, so there was actually one additional positive that just resulted here right before the live, so we didn't have time to update the slides. So there's actually currently 94 positives. The 86 are still recovered. That leaves 5 active cases, and there's 0 results pending. So the total negatives, and Emily put out a slide for this too. So the total negatives as of today are 489. So that'll all be included on the slides. But currently there's only 5 active cases that the PHNs are monitoring here in Winnebago.
Okay, thank you. And we will get that information put out on Facebook after this as well, so that the community can see all of the numbers in total as of today. So thank you for that information, Angie. The next question is, Winnebago had 2 big graduation events last week. How many positive cases are a result of these events? Angie, can you touch on that?
So generally with the 2 big graduation events, we won't actually see the effects of those or the outcomes of those or the number of exposures until up to a couple weeks after the events. So currently there hasn't been a whole lot, but the next coming weeks will say if there was some exposures at those events or not.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, what does 12 clans require their employees and doctors who travel over 120 miles on their personal time to self-quarantine for 14 days when they return? The tribe does this. If they don't self-quarantine, why not? Laura, can you touch on that for the hospital?
Yeah, I can do that. So we do currently have restrictions on work-related travel, and that has been enforced since the start of the pandemic. We've also implemented a ton of other measures when people travel, practices that keep our staff safe and make them stay safe and our patients safe in the work environment. All employees are required to wear the masks and eye protection. They are to report any symptoms to employee health. We practice social distancing. We look at any exposures. And currently we have not had any exposures that have happened due to work-related incidents or anybody coming in with work-related incidents if people are wearing the appropriate PPE.
Okay, thank you for that. The next question is in regards to the hospital. Can the hospital give an update on finances? It would seem since that there is no patients, there would be no revenue. Laura, can you touch on that?
Yep, I can do that. So currently our financial status is very stable. We continue to receive most of our revenue from IHS, but we do bring in additional revenue through hospital third-party payers like Medicare, Medicaid, and insurances in the outpatient areas such as the pharmacy, the clinics, radiology, PT, and lab.
Okay, great, thanks. That concludes all the questions we got for this week. A reminder for everybody that you can visit our new websites at winnebagohealth.com. That will link to the health department and the hospital's website, and you can find all of our information as far as our COVID updates and operational updates at that website, and there's some contact forms, and it's a really good resource. So we would urge everybody to check that out if they haven't as well. So thank you very much, and that concludes the Q&A session for this week.
Okay, Emily, when's the big reveal for my robot, the Johnny 5 robot? When did we get a name?
Oh, the poll is still going. You can vote through the 12 Clans Unity Hospital Facebook page. The poll does end tomorrow, so we will see by this weekend what the name will be.
What's the finalists? What's the 2 names?
The first name is the word violet because of ultraviolet is the robot, the technology it uses to eradicate the COVID and other viruses. And then the second one was the Winnebago or Ho-Chunk word for a cleaner or janitor. So.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for doing that poll. So make sure you guys cast your vote. The decision will be announced tomorrow, I believe, or the poll ends tomorrow. Okay. All righty. Thanks for everybody for tuning in here today, and we are also, just to kind of give everybody an update, we are looking at different ways to present this information to the viewers, and so we will be working on that as communications. We've been working with Sam, Emily, Erica, Matt, and myself and Brandon, so hopefully that we might be having a new format, maybe a shorter format, and one of the things that we also want to make mention is that Billy Kitchian is the COVID grant coordinator, and she's been really helpful, and she's getting her surroundings down in a lot of things. So she'll be also providing some updates as well. So with that, that's this week's weekly COVID update for week, 21? Is that right, Emily? Week 21. And everybody keep using those precautions and stay safe. You guys have a good day as we head into the weekend. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.